Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to talk about Your Name, and there are major spoilers in this content. Today I'm going to specifically talk about the comet in the movie Your Name. So I really enjoyed this movie. It's a 4 out of 5 star movie. Very, very much enjoyed it. It's a great anime, one of the best singular anime, self-contained anime films I've seen in a very long time. Very much enjoyed it. So there's a comet in this movie, and so the two main characters are Mitsuhana, the girl, and Taki, the boy from Tokyo. And Mitsuhana is from Onitoromo. And so Onitoromo is this small town, and Onitoromo, and so basically this movie really unfolds. It really has a lot of layers. And so the first thing we learn is that that Mitsuhana and Taki are switching bodies. And then and so there gets to a point where Taki's like, I really want to meet Mitsuhana. I'm going to go and see her in Onitoromo, right? So in this small town she lives in. And actually, I should stop there. I don't think he actually decided that. His friends actually set up a day where he didn't have work and they could go with him to find this person, which I thought was really heartwarming. It was like the friends were saying, you need to do this, right? Which I thought was awesome. It was really, really a nice aspect of the film, like that his friends prompted him to do something that he should have done, that he should have prompted himself for. It was really heartwarming. I thought it was a really nice aspect of the film. So it was very interesting. So Taki goes to Onitoromo, and he speaks to, they begin this investigation, which struggles at first, and they really don't get anywhere. But then they go to this one diner, and they meet someone who knows Onitoromo, and he is able to show one of the previous residents of Onitoromo what it looked like from drawings that he's done, but he's never been there. But the reason he's able to do these drawings is because Mitsuhana saw that, because he was in Mitsuhana's body, and he saw these areas when he was there, right? And so I thought that was really, really interesting. And and of course there's a scene in here where you see someone drawing, and I was just thinking, oh my goodness, there's an animator drawing a scene of someone animating, right? It was just kind of interesting. It was really, really interesting. So basically, Taki continues investigation, and what he finds out is that Mitsuhana, he thinks the two of them are, he thinks they're the same, right? But they're not. Taki is alive and living in Tokyo today. Mitsuhana is dead, and she is 3 years in the past, okay? And so that's the twist of the film. And the reason this happened is there was a comet that passes the Earth every 1,200 years, and it goes across the sky, and everybody can see it. And there are parts of it that break off, and you could see it in the sky, and and it was really interesting. So what would happen is Onitoromo was actually destroyed by this small comet, okay? And by just a small rock, just the tiniest part that had broken off from this comet. And it's my opinion, you don't really see it exactly in the movie, but I get the idea that when it hit the Earth, this rock was like maybe the size of a bowling ball, but it hit with so much force, it actually destroyed an area about 1 mile across, and it killed 500 people, including Mitsuhana, right? So Taki does the investigation to determine what happened with this comet, and does a really good job of it, of really determining. And then at that point, he decides that he needs to go back, and he needs to be able to talk to Mitsuhana, because there's a point in his life where he can no longer talk to Mitsuhana, and it stops. And the reason why is her timeline has stopped, but his timeline is still continuing, and it stopped because of her death. So he needs to go back. The way he accomplishes this is he actually goes to Torimo, goes to the exact crater where the meteorite hit, right? And he goes in and he actually drinks. He goes into this cave and he drinks this special sake that Mitsuhana had created in a Shinto ritual, where she would eat rice and then spit out essentially the fermented part of that meal into a box, and then that was what was used to create this special sake that had been made for the gods. Okay, now by drinking this sake, which is essentially Mitsuhana's spit, with some other parts in it, he actually is able to essentially go back in time and be able to communicate specifically with Mitsuhana, right? And while that sounds a little strange, it's presented much more elegantly within the film. In fact, it's presented beautifully within the film, and it is. It's a beautiful film from the perspective of art. The art is absolutely amazing. It's stunning, but the writing is just as strong, and the characters, you really feel for these characters, and you feel like you understand them, and it's really quite interesting. It was excellent. It was really an excellent film. So the other thing that is interesting is there's this part, like the film has so many really interesting images, and it has a lot of patterns and image symbology, right? So one of the things that is the way it is in the film is Mitsuhama's grandmother. She makes like woven cords, right? And so she makes these braided cords, and she gives her this braided cord, and Mitsuhana puts this braided cord in her hair all the time, right? But the braided cord is like an arc, and it's shown as an arc in different parts of the film, with maybe a part of the arc, kind of flopping around in a different way, right? Well, that comes back later as you see the arc of the comet over the sky, and then a small part breaks off, right? And they kind of show that visually with the braided cord. So there's a lot of symmetry and patterns and symbology in this film, which I'm a huge sucker for, especially symbology. But it was really, really interesting film. And the way they dealt with the comet and Mitsuhana's death, really just fantastic. A wonderful, wonderful film. Really, and I think one of the reasons why I really like this film so much is there's virtually nothing like it. Like, your name is really, really unique. It's just a very unique film. I would say its genre is closest to slice of life, but it does have supernatural elements. So just incredibly unique Japanese film. Has its Japanese bona fides are extremely high. This is an anime that is made with less compromise for an American audience than most, in my opinion. And very, very interesting film. I'm really curious how they're going to bring it over, because the Shinto material is a little bit alien to modern audiences, and so that's going to be a little challenging for them to port over. But the comet aspects of the film were really, really fascinating, and I highly recommend checking out the film and seeing this film, because it really is unique. There's just not a lot like it. Take care.